you daily with my eyes wide open. Feel like I got blindfolds, how long I've been searching. Feel like I'm getting closer, but I can't tell the distance. But deep in my heart, I know I'm gonna make it. Trials and tribulations test my faith daily. So I rise up early, face the east, salute the king. Thank you for my well-being, mind and strength. You my oxygen when they try to box me in. You the one I call when the friends disappear. You the closer than a brother, the most high is near. You the most higher people calling, we slowly understanding what life's supposed to be. The life you chose for me, abundant blessings, no more stressing, no more pressing about things irrelevant. Shine in your elegance and your melanin. And I know when I call, you will hear. Cause you said, when I call, when I call, when I call, you will hear. When I call, when I call, when I call, when I call, you will hear. When I call, when I call, when I call, you will hear. When I call, when I call, when I call, you will hear. Seeking you shall find, even to the blind. He laid down his life so I could find mine. Ever thought what was the purpose? Or if your life is worth it? Will I leave a mark? Or will I start the spark that lifts a generation, that rebuilds a nation? But watch what you pray for, cause leaders get assassined and friends backstabbing. You lead like Moses, the people still crabbing. They love their old ways like a leftover sandwich. Luckily the Most High is patient and long suffering. Luckily his mercy endured through generation. Israel on the rise like stocks, you better buy in. When the Most High is calling, you best listen. Ain't no advice like the one he's giving. Luckily the Most High is patient and long suffering. Israel on the rise like stocks, you better buy in. Most High is calling. When I call, when I call, when I call, you will hear. Most High call. When I call, when I call, when I call, you will hear. When I call, when I call, when I call, you will hear. Most High call. When I call, when I call, when I call, you will hear. Most High call.
The faith as small as a mustard seed is all God needs. So even if you have small faith, God is using your small faith to do extraordinary things.
And they called it conspiracy. Now it's happening in your face. How you still asleep? Select few open their eyes. Now we really see respect due. If in these times you got inner peace, the minute hand standing over the 12, open the scrolls, what the prophets say. We believe it and we stand on it, unashamed of it. Regardless of how they feel, never change subject. Waiting patiently for the shepherd, he gon' gather us. Enemies surrounding us, Abba gon' lift the standard up. Yeah, we in the Bible again. Weeding the tares, the harvest, the time of the end. Let them grow together. We gon' see who really bear fruit. Find your wings while you not flying. What you scared to? Grace, even if you fall, he your parachute. The plans the enemy had for you fell through. I don't care what they tell you. His spirit is still available. On them ships we gon' sail through. Days of Noah, the flood subsided, it's a miracle. And you made it, you see the land. I don't think they understand. Our Savior left, but he gon' come again with his arms open, and we gon' run to him. Yeah. And we gon' run to him. Behold, look in the clouds, here he come again. How did I get here? All I got is this mustard seed and some hope. I can't fail, I must succeed. The world getting colder, is this just a dream? Thousands fleeing to the mountain trying to duck the siege. Looking out the window, you see tanks rolling, bombs dropping. Can't believe your eyes, it look fake, don't it? Bring your tab up, it's time to pay for it. See a ball of light, it disappeared in that same moment. Michael and the angel started standing up. Whole time thought we was alone, they was there with us. They don't want you free, they want you shackled with your hand in cuffs. Run you down till you out of stamina. Sirens, hopping fences. I'm pinned to the ground, how can I be optimistic? Nowhere to run, the Father gon' raise an army for it's said and done. Do our enemies know where we from? And the tribes we descended from, we the ones this knowledge was hidden from. If we realize we belong to the covenant, we'd all repent, and then the end would come, especially if we know the times. For years catered to our flesh, put our soul aside. It's more than obvious we chose a side. Alpha and Omega, he gon' finish what he started. Praise Abba, glory to the Father. The kingdom is the target, wheat in the tares, the final harvest. He went away to prepare a place. He promised to put us in our land. It won't be long till it's accomplished. Many souls, Jew and Gentile, wanna hear that pure gospel. Instead of more fans, I wanna make more apostles, disciples. Do you believe that you could be healed? He was dead 3 days, now we standing right here. The same spirit that raised our Savior is inside us. That mustard seed is all that we needed. Now we fired up. I don't care what they tell you. His spirit is still available. On them ships we gon' sail through days of Noah. The flood subsided, it's a miracle. You made it, you see the land? I don't think they understand. Our Savior left, but he gon' come again. With his arms open, we gon' run to him. It's getting cold. Praise God. Thank you, Father.
Yeah. All praise to the Most High. You know the vibes. Yeah. Gotta move in the spirit. 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 The devil want all of me. Yes, I know that them demons be calling me, but I'm keeping my faith in the Most High God. I gotta stick to his policies, laws and commandments, rehearsing. Cause I cannot stand and be hurting. Yeah, how was they teaching us all of these lessons? Yeah, that was his plan with the curses. That's facts. Now it's time to stand bold in the truth. He gave me the vision, I go to the booth. I move with precision, I stick to the mission. My people don't see it, we show them the proof. Written in Deuteronomy. Look at the way that we live and fulfilling the prophecy. We just been down bad, it's a lot to see. Pray that I'm saving souls when he talk to me, yeah. I can't let this flesh get control of me. It's gon' block the blessings he's been showing me. I stay in the scriptures and move in the spirit. And I pray that you feel it, yeah. Gotta move in the spirit. 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 Okay. Whole world going crazy. Can't be caught slipping, I be in these scripts for safety. I'm protected from evil, as long as I'm keeping commandments, I know he looks out for me. Gotta wake up the people, show them the signs in the scriptures, cause that's what they about to see. Last days, put my faith in the Most High, read the Bible from the front to the back page, I cannot backtrace. It's a marathon, gotta keep my feet on the move, making sure I ain't coming in last place. Gotta move with a purpose, bringing Jacob to the truth, cause it's urgent. We don't got long, so it's time to get it right now. Demons want smoke, better know what's on sight now. I can't let this flesh get control of me. It's gon' block the blessings he's been showing me. I stay in the scriptures and move in the spirit. And I pray that you feel it, yeah. Gotta move in the spirit. 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 Gotta move in the spirit.
Khan. Shalom to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Welcome back. You know, this is Captain Asher, and I got with me.
Shalom. Khan, this is Captain Kadash. How we are?
And this is Wednesday Wisdom. Welcome back to another Wednesday Wisdom. You know, I hope everybody had, or is having a pretty peaceful, week. I know throughout the week it can be very annoying, very tiresome, very wearisome on the spirit, dealing with the other nations. I say it all the time, dealing with the other nations, dealing with, the day-to-day foolishness, bills and every nuances in life, but I hope you guys, are well in the spirit, very joyous in the spirit, or at least enduring mightily in the spirit through whatever trials or tribulations you may be going through at this point in time in your life. But Khan, we're gonna jump into it. Wednesday wisdom, prosperity over poverty. You may be wondering why we doing this class. The reason we're doing this class is because this is a class of Wednesday wisdom to give you wisdom, but to also give you motivation to make it throughout the week and to feed you with the spirit throughout the week. To give you a little bit of energy to keep fighting on until Shabbat. And this is the motivation for this is going to be a motivational class for the people. We got to get up and we got to put in the work. We were put on this earth to praise the Most High, but it's also for us to grind and to work and to obtain good things in this life. Even though we may be in captivity right now, but we still got to work and strive towards great things. Also, is building our nation as well as building ourselves financially up in this society or in this life, if you will. Because we can't be dwelling with the Most High and be in poverty at the same time. That don't work. That don't make no sense. You think the Most High will make the righteous poor? You think the Most High would just because you keeping the laws and your commandments that he just gonna have you looking raggedy and dusty out here? So this is why we're doing the class on prosperity over poverty. Come on. Let's get the book of Colossians chapter 3, verse 17.
Con, give me 1 second.
Con. Because it really was on my spirit. While you getting that, it really was on my spirit to really do this class and to really address this and to really give you guys motivation to keep fighting on, to keep working hard, to work hard so you can obtain good things in this life. So when later in life you don't have to work as hard. Because nobody wants to still be working at 65, 75. And they still worried about bills. They can't even enjoy the grandbabies that they got. They can't enjoy the house that they have. They can't enjoy the car, the cars, or they can't get cars that they always wanted. I want my biggest goal is to have Israel pretty much living good until the Most High come back. Most High, Yahweh willing. I want us to be established and financially on point where this burden of being in captivity won't be as grievous because of the bills and everything that's going on throughout our lives. Even though we are subject to payments, the payments won't be as grievous if we're working hard and we're financially preparing and building goals and making investments and owning things and having ownership and everything like that.
I would say this too. The Most High. Remember, in the Book of Deuteronomy, we're going to touch over it a little bit too. The Most High is the one who creates poverty, and He's the one that creates riches. Right? We all gonna have ups and downs in our life, right? But for the most part, the Most High gives us the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding if we apply it the correct way to, I wouldn't say escape poverty, but to alleviate some of the pains that we have in this world. Because the way, remember, even when Christ, during the time of Christ, right, you know, they act the disciples, the people, they would ask Christ about taxes and things of that nature, bills. Like they said, you know, should we pay taxes to Caesar? Or what did Christ say? He said, listen, man, give Caesar what belongs to him. Right? So there's going to be taxations, there's going to be bills, there's going to be things that occur in our life that keep us in a continuous cycle. But I'll tell you one thing for sure. The Most High gave the blueprint. And I know for a fact that we as a people are not utilizing that blueprint. If anybody's had a conversation, listen, this is probably one of my top 10 topics for me.
Right.
If anybody knows me, right? You know, I'm a type of person, I read a lot of financial books, self-development books, things of that nature. And I'll tell you one thing I've learned from reading all of these financial books, and these are Edomite books, a lot of these. A lot of these books quote scriptures, right? A lot of these books go right back to the original book that we have been reading since we came in this truth.
All right.
But the problem is we do not utilize it properly. Remember, wisdom is the proper application of what we learn, right? Knowledge and wisdom, two separate things. They go together, but it's two separate things. To know and to do, or how to do, is two completely different things.
Right.
Right? So hopefully we could give some clarification. So hopefully we could give some edification. I'm going to drop some gems tonight. At least what I have to give, what the Most High has imparted upon me. Right? I'm going to drop some gems on the people. All right? I know a lot of people, they say one thing. All right? They say, I want to do this. I want to make this happen. I want to build this. I want to create this. But a lot of times, the energy is not there. All right? A lot of times, people do not put effort into things that they should be putting effort to. I'm gonna stop right there. All right, we're gonna get into it though.
Let's get that book of Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. And let's start getting this ball rolling. Let's get the dice rolling.
This is the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17. It says, "And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the power and the Father by him."
God, whatsoever we do in word or deed, we do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua and the Most High. And with doing whatsoever we do in word or deed, that also comes with going into work, doing work, putting in laborious time, hours in, working hard, doing hard jobs in order to make sure that we are well sustained. Because even in scriptures it say when we go to work, we have to do with all our might. But the first thing I want to get, let's get Ecclesiastes 7 verse 12. Because as we know, as me and Captain know, from the wisdom and knowledge that we obtained from dwelling with the brothers and going through the precepts and over time dwelling in this truth, we start to learn that money is spiritual. Money is a powerful thing. Money is a very powerful thing to hold and to yield. But let's see what money is really. What can money be? Also, it could be a lot of things to make transactions. It could be to pay bills. It could be to do a lot of things. But what is the one purpose or the most important purpose for money to be? Let's get Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 12. You muted, brother. You on mute, brother.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Mm-hmm. It's saying that wisdom is defense, and money also is a defense. So if you have wisdom, and if you have enough wisdom, you would know that, okay, that if I come across money, I know how to spend my money as well as to know how to operate with my money. I'm not spending it all willy-nilly. I know that with the wisdom that I obtain from the Most High, I know the money that I get will be a defense towards any issues. If I get sick, my money will be able to pay for the will be able to pay for the nurses to take care of me if I end up in that situation. I know that if Lord, most I forbid, if something happened to me, where like I lose a limb or something happens, I know that the money that I yielded or have obtained will be able to sustain me for a little while until I'm able to find a investment or another resource of income to come in. We always have to be thinking of the next step to making sure that we're constantly yielding money so it could be used as a defense. Because if your car breaks down, what does that make you? That makes you defenseless. That makes you vulnerable, right? Yep. If your car goes down, that makes you vulnerable, and it makes you susceptible to a lot of things: getting fired, losing your job. Next thing you know, you're not getting no money. Now you can't pay rent. Now you can't pay the light bill. You can't buy food for your children if you have children. You can't go wash your clothes. You can't buy soap to go take a bath. You can't even clean your house. Next thing you know, now you're homeless. But with having money and also having the Most High being your defense, you'll be able to fight. You'll be able to fight against that. You'll be able to get your car fixed, and you don't have to worry about how I'm gonna pay rent next month, or how I'm gonna pay the rent that's coming up in 2 weeks. You don't have to worry about that.
Come on. Before this class is done, make sure y'all have a pen, make sure you have a paper, or write it down in your phone, because I'm gonna drop some jewels tonight. All right. I want to get a scripture too, because I like to bring this up when we talk about finances and things like that. Give me Jeremiah chapter 29 and verse 5, because I hear a lot of brothers or a lot of sisters say, the world is going to end anyway, right? Christ is going to come back and destroy everything, right? So why should I build? Why should I do these things? Why should I invest? Why should I spread my money 7 ways on the water, like the book told you to do? Why should I do these things? One is because no man knoweth the hour, right? No man knoweth the hour. No man knows when the Most High is going to end this. God forbid we have another 500 years in this place. Right? We're going to be living. Our children are going to be living. Their children are going to be living. But if we don't do the right things now, we can't set them up for success.
Right.
We can't set them up for success. Listen, we had people that were in captivity. Look at Joseph. Look at Joseph. Joseph became rich even though he was in the land of captivity. And scriptures tell us that everything that is written aforetime has been written for our learning. So what makes us think that the Most High says, listen, you gotta be down and out. You gotta be living paycheck to paycheck. You gotta be giving your time away, right? More time than you already have. The Most High doesn't want us living like that, man. Now, that's not the downplay of brother that's stuck in that situation or sister that's stuck in this repetitive cycle. But what I'm explaining to everybody on this live is that the Most High gave us the wisdom to alleviate some of the pains that we are feeling. Right. A lot of the pains that we are feeling right now is self-induced. A lot of the things that we go through this cycle of being on a continuous cycle of gotta pay this, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this. You didn't set yourself up from a very long time ago. And a lot of this comes from parents, right? We didn't inherit anything. A lot of us are first generation Israelites, but if we're first generation Israelites, the Most High gave us the wisdom to set up our children and our children's children. The Most High said a good man leave an inheritance to his children. Right? Good parents leave an inheritance to their children. That's what we should be doing. Not when we pass away, we leave a bill to our children. Put them in more debt, more stress. No, set yourself up now. It is possible. Accountability is the word.
And
that's right, sis.
And it's a lot. Just to land me back off what you're saying, you know, I don't think it is normally taught in throughout our people about, like, if you look at other nations, they make sure that their kids are set up. They make sure that their kids are set up. Even the kids know from the time they are young that, oh, I'm gonna be like, if my parents leave, they exit, I'm good. I'm gonna be straight for the rest of my life. I don't even gotta worry. What is rent? What is a FPL bill, a light bill? What is that? They'll know, like this, but this is why it's so important that we have to teach this class. We have to teach this class to our people so they understand and to get it through their mind that we gotta get right.
A lot of this comes from, first of all, we are destroyed. Yes, right.
Mm-hmm.
We've been destroyed for a lack. Remember, it says a lack of knowledge. That's number one. Number two, it goes into, a lot of it goes into selfishness. All right. We learn as Israelites, when we come into the truth, in the world, we are selfish. When we come into the truth, we have to be selfless. Meaning, right? Not to say you don't take care of yourself, but you have to have you have to have the mindset, right, for the nation to prosper as well. You got to remember that this is not just about you. When I'm dead and gone, right, I should be able to say, listen, I set some people up. At least my life wasn't in vain. I set them up to take that baton and keep moving until the Most High destroys this place. Right? And that brings me back to my original point. Because a lot of people say, well, the Most High going to destroy this world anyway, so I'm not doing nothing. I'm not going to invest in myself. I'm not going to invest in my family. I'm not talking about life insurance. I'm not talking about invest. I'm not doing any of that. Let's see what the Most High said. Give me Jeremiah chapter 29 and verse 5.
Come on, I'll start at verse 1. Verse 4. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 29 and verse 4. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that are carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon.
Right. So we were carried away from our homeland. We know that. Okay, we got that part. The Most High said he's speaking to those that were carried away captives. We know we have been captives in this land. But watch what the Most High said when we become captives in that land. Read on.
Build ye houses.
Say it again.
Build ye houses.
How many of us on this live can say we built the house? We purchased housing. Because the first, I'm going to explain. I'm going to drop a gem real quick. One of the reasons why the first thing it says is build ye houses, right? When you purchase a house or you build a home or you purchase real estate, it's called real estate for a reason. It is something that's tangible, something you can see, something that you can feel, that has a value to it. It says build ye houses. When you look at the top 5 richest people on the earth, all of them got real estate. Some type of real estate, some type of land that they own. Land owners are called landlords. All right?
Lord of the land.
You are Lord of the land. At least that little piece, you might have to pay taxes.
Right.
But listen, for the most part, you are Lord over that land. He said the first thing you do when you become a captive is build ye houses. Right? Read on.
And dwell in them.
And live in them. Right? Take possession of them. Live in them. Build your family. Build your home. Read on.
And plant gardens.
Plant gardens so you can eat. Right? He said, get some power by owning your home, right? and then you want to plant vineyards so you can eat. You got to survive. Read on.
And eat the fruit of them. Take ye wives and beget sons and daughters.
And beget sons and daughters, meaning don't say, because I hear a lot of people say that. They say, well, I'm not having children because this earth is wicked. Yes, we know that. But are we to annihilate our people?
All right.
Do we just get rid of the nation, the generations that come behind us because we feel that this world is too evil?
And honestly, I think that also falls with a sense of selfishness. To be honest, you're saying I'm too good to have kids.
Yeah,
I don't want kids. I don't want people who will genuinely miss me when I'm gone. I won't have nobody. I may build everything that I've got. You're saying I'm gonna build everything that I got for me and nobody else.
Yeah.
When it dies, it's all gone. Nobody gets it.
There's a reason. Listen, we are behind the ball. There's a reason why these other nations are so high, man. When you talk about from a financial standpoint, a general, a generational standpoint, these people have built themselves extremely high to points where us as a people, we can't even fathom. And the main way they do that is by building off of each other.
Right.
They take the baton and they literally pass it to the next generation. We get left the baton. We got to pick the baton up off the floor. That's not the way it should be. The Most High never created us like that. From the very beginning of time, when the Most High sent us into the land of Canaan to possess, there's a reason why he had borders to the tribes. And why we even if we rented out the land or we gave a piece of the land, to someone to lease for a certain amount of time, after 7 years, what do we have to do? We had to give it back. Because the Most High knew how important the inheritance was. Inheritance is one of the biggest things you can ever do. But we are stuck in a system where we inherit generational debt. And we're behind the 8 ball a lot of times, right? How you 10 years old, 11 years old, and you got a $3,000 bill on your credit. Can't even build anything.
I got a precept real quick. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
The wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. It says, good man leave an inheritance for his children. A good woman, you're thinking about your children. You can't just be thinking about yourself. All right? The Most High never wanted us to do that. That's against Torah. That's against the scriptures. Not having children purposely is against the scriptures. The Most High commanded us to be fruitful and multiply. The Most High didn't say, do not be fruitful and decrease. Right? Decrease your families. Decrease your children. That's not what the Most High told us. The Most High wanted us to have children, but we got to do this the right way, man.
Right.
We got to get back to the root. We got to start writing things down. We got to start planning. Prudency. One of the first things I learned. Shout out to the elders of LOZ, the Light of Zion. Right? Because one of the first things I learned as a soldier is that you must be a prudent man. And to be prudent, you have to have care for the future. And we talking about years. You got to be thinking about when you gone. That's prudency. Mm-hmm. Abraham, our forefathers, they had wills. They had plots that they had before they even passed away that they paid for. These are prudent people. They thought about these things. Nowadays, we don't even have these discussions because we just trying to get by till tomorrow. Or we just trying to get by for today. We were not made to do that. We are not a nation built of fools, man. Right? with the things that we read in these scriptures, we should be able to surpass these other nations.
Right.
In their own game too.
Can I get Ecclesiastes 5 and verse 19?
Yep.
Matter of fact, let's start at 5 and 18.
Come on. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5 and verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Woe unto them that draw iniquity with the cords of vanity.
This is Ecclesiastes 5 and 18?
Salakia. I got you. Wrong precept. Salakia.
It's all good.
Hold on, let me get that. Ecclesiastes 5 and 19, right?
Yeah, let's start at 18.
All right, go ahead. My page is sticking. All right, Ecclesiastes 5 and 18. Behold, that which I have seen. It is good and comely for one to eat and to drink, and enjoy the good of all his labor, that he taketh under the sun all the days of his life, which God giveth him, for it is his portion.
And this is powerful. We didn't even get to the striking point that I want to get to first, but it is powerful that it says that behold that which I have seen, it is good and comely. It is a good and beautiful thing for one to eat and drink. It's a good thing for a person to eat and drink, to get their sustenance, to get the things that their provisions that they need to eat and survive, and to enjoy the good of all his labors, to see the fruits of what you did, to see the fruits of what you built while you are working to obtain. You're working very hard to obtain certain things in this life. It is a very good thing. It is a very beautiful thing unto the Most High, and the Most High gave us that, for it is our portion to go out and labor and to obtain things in order to see the fruits of our work. He gave us that as a portion, but it even goes even deeper. Let's go on to verse 19.
Come on, verse 19. Every man also to whom God hath given riches and wealth, and hath given him power to eat thereof, and to take his portion, and to rejoice in his labor. This is the gift of God.
What is it?
This is the gift of God.
It is the gift of God to give somebody riches and wealth, and have give him power to eat thereof, and to take his portion and to rejoice in his labor. This is a gift from God that we put that the Most High put us to heart. The Most High put us to get to go to work, to go labor for the things that we want in this world, and to become rich and wealthy. Because even the scriptures say that that we are not rich, that we are not poor, but we are rich. Because I'm gonna be real with you, the nation of Israel, even though we may be destroyed for lack of knowledge, we are actually still rich. If you think about it, if you for Captain Kadash, he knows very well when we go out to Brown Sugar Festival, and we go out to Miami Dade. And we go to Orlando for the FAMU and Bethune-Cookman game. All we see is Cadillacs and box Chevys sitting on Ford Giotto $5,000 rims.
Yep.
With even the subwoofers and the woofers in the car probably might even mount up to $50,000. It lets me know as a nation of people, we are not broke. We are not actually broke like we think we are. What we are destroyed of how what we lack and how we are destroyed. We are destroyed for the lack of knowledge to maintain and contain our money amongst our people. That's how we're destroyed in one way. Because we're as a nation of people, we're not broke. All the time I see Jake. Jake got the Gucci on. He got the Louis on. He got He got the Gucci cologne that's probably $600. So that lets me know that Jake is willing to work for what he got. But the issue is he's spending his money foolishly. He's giving the other nations the money right back. Rather than thinking of a plan, rather than buying a box Chevy and putting $100,000 in it, he should be putting $100,000 into owning real estate, like the powerful captain was saying.
It's not like we don't got it.
It's
not like we don't got it. We spend. We don't think about the future. We think. A lot of us get in this cycle where we work, and they say, "Man, I'm trying to have a little fun." Nah, man. No, there's something called delayed gratification. Right? Delayed gratification, meaning you put off the reward for a longer period of time. So let's say I'm working towards something, right? The longer you wait to cash in on the rewards, right? The longer you wait to cash in on that reward, the bigger the reward is later down the road, right? So a lot of us, we take a little nugget here, take a little nugget here because we worked 2 weeks straight. All right. Now we got to take a extravagant trip that cost me $5,000 that I saved for the whole year.
Right.
Or you get your taxes back, right? You don't got $8,000 on your taxes, probably lied about how many kids you got, claiming them as a dependent. Right, got your $8,000 back, and then you go blow it, right? Because you want to go shopping at the mall. Israel, you can't do that. You can't do it.
That's real.
Take the 8 bands, take the 8,000, and put it somewhere where that's going to grow.
Yeah, facts. Oh man,
it's the truth. That's what we do. Listen, we come on, man. Come on. We know the people. We know the conversations, right? Hey, you claiming your kids on your tax? You got. I'll shoot you a little something on the side, and then you get the bread and blow everything.
Right.
We have not been good financial stewards. We have not practiced financial literacy. Money is a tool to use, right? I understand we're in captivity and we're playing the game of the captive. But listen, the Most High gave us the blueprint to survive anywhere. Joseph and the nation of Israel survived during the famine. Right? He set them up to survive by doing what? He gave them wisdom, they executed, and the Most High let us live. Did we not learn anything from the story? Don't we read Torah every Shabbat? How many times have we read the story? And we just let these little gems just fly over our head. We're not paying attention to what Joseph actually did.
Right.
When there was a famine, what did he do? Right? He started pulling back some of the food. He said, hold on, let's keep this, right? Grow that over here, send that this way. He started making moves, planning accordingly, because what? Joseph was thinking prudently. That's how we have to operate, Israel. That's how we have to operate. Right? I want to get Ecclesiastes. All right. Mm-hmm. This was coming later down the road, but I'm gonna get it right now because I wanna go over a little chart that I made real quick. Ecclesiastes 11 and verse 1.
Yeah, get the chart, brother. Get the chart.
Yeah,
get the chart.
We're gonna pull out the chart. Let me see if
get the chart.
I don't know if y'all can see that. Shoot, I'm gonna have to take the little background off. But
you have to take the little Airbnb off.
That's fine. This ain't no Airbnb. This the house of knowledge, brother.
Facts.
The house of wisdom and knowledge.
Thanks. What you want, Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiastes 11 and verse 1.
Come on, 11 verse 1. Come on. I got it. Come on. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11 and verse 1. Cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days.
Hey, that's deep right there, man. Right? He said, if you cast your bread upon waters, like, listen, come on. Now we know that we're speaking in parables here, but let's apply it. If we cast our bread upon waters, it says, listen, you're gonna find it after many days. Let some time go by, and you're gonna be able to get it after many days. Keep reading.
Give a portion to 7, and also to 8. For thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. If the clouds be full of rain.
So it says, hold on. So it says, do this 7 ways. Right? 7 ways. It says, give a portion to 7, and also to, if you could make it 8. Make 8 ways to invest your money and cast it upon the waters, right? It says do that. It says why? Why should we do that? For thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. We just read that money and wisdom is a defense. When you have both, that's great. That's great, right? Because when evil times start happening, man, listen, some things we're gonna have to move some things around. Right, we got to move some things around. I'm going to read that in the NLT real quick, right? Ecclesiastes 11:1. It says, send your grain across the seas, and in time, profits will flow back to you. It's verse 2. But divide your investments among many places, for you do not know what risk might lie ahead.
Facts.
Come on, man. Hold on. Let me see. I gotta see if I can remove this background so I can show you my little chart. Can't put it on the screen. All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me remove my background. Let me remove the. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Salakia. Can y'all see that? I made a little chart here, right? So one of the things, put me on full screen if you can.
Come on. Got you, brother.
Right. So I made this little chart just so y'all could see it. All right. Now I told you I'm dropping gems. If y'all don't catch the gem, I can't help you. I can't help you. I'm giving y'all a gem right now. All right. So. Kind of let me back up here. There's a book that I read called Richest Man in Babylon. All the brothers know. Listen, I vouch for the book. There's many scriptures that are being quoted in this book. A lot of it matches what is said here, and then when you put it all together, this is what you got. All right. So the first thing in Richest Man in Babylon, right? When you get paid from your job, right? First thing, you pay God. Second thing, you pay yourself. After you pay yourself, then your bills get paid, right? Then your bills get paid. Now think about this box, right, as your savings account or whatever the case might be. Let me explain something to y'all. You do not use your savings account for bills. I don't care what happens. You do not use your savings account, the one that says you, right? This is you paying yourself. Imagine you've been working all week. You paid everybody but yourself. Every financial book that I've read matches up with the script. Every book. First thing. Second thing, pay yourself. And after you pay yourself, what did we just read in the scriptures? And then you cast your bread upon the waters 7 ways. And if you could do 8, perfect. That's great. Because what happens is when you invest your bread 7 ways, this money should be going right back here to you. And And you just keep doing that.
And Slot, and also just in case, because you have those multiple streams of income coming in, say if you do get fired, say you do lose your job, that's one income cut down, but you still got 6 others still bringing you in money, yielding you fruit. So now you don't have to worry about a job. You don't necessarily have to stress about, oh, I gotta bend over backwards for my boss because this is the only check or only fruit that I'm bearing right now. You got multiple fields, if you will, just like the resources, multiple fields, and they're all yielding fruit, all the same. If one field stopped yielding fruit, you still got 6 others still yielding. You can still feed yourself as well as your family. That's what Captain Kadasha said.
Yeah. Salakia. And forgive me if I'm.
Oh man.
Yes, because this is what happened, right?
You just doubled it.
Yeah, this is what happens, right? I'm showing you something, right? Because we haven't been using wisdom towards this. This is what the other nations are doing, and we forget we're being left out. We're being left out, right? So when we take that, remember all of this starts feeding back to us, right? It starts feeding back to us. And let me explain how I like the analogy that the book used, right? We need to start thinking of our money as slaves and servants to us, the one that we pay to us. Think about in the scriptures, do we just let a slave go for free? Right? Do we just let servants go for free? That money that goes to us, we do not let it go unless it's bringing money back to us, unless it's bringing another servant. My servant doesn't leave my plantation unless you're going to get more servants.
That's powerful. That's a powerful way of looking at it.
We don't think about money that way.
Right.
We need to think of our money as servants. Our money serves us. It keeps us afloat. Yes, we're going to have servants that we have to give away to keep the bill collectors off of us, to keep the lights on, to keep the rent paid. Yes. But, and I want to, let me clarify on this too, right? Because a lot of people feel like they'll say, well, I have so many bills. I don't have enough to pay myself.
Yes, you do.
Listen, $10 a week turns into a lot of money after a long time.
Facts.
Right? $20 a week turns into a lot of money after time. You might think about it. $1 million starts off with $1.
Damn. Just say that one more time. Say that one more time for the people in the back.
Let me say it again. $1 million starts off with $1. It's made up of a lot of $1. So you got to start somewhere. You have to get out of the mindset of, well, it's only $30. $30 ain't going to do me no good. Listen, if you keep blowing $30 every week for 52 weeks of the year, that's a lot of money you losing, man. So let me go over this one more time before we get back into the scriptures. The biggest thing you always do, first thing when you get your bread from your job, you pay God, right? We read that in the book of Haggai.
Yep.
You cannot establish your house unless you pay God first, and then you pay yourself. You do not let your money go for any reason other than bringing other money back. You do not let your servants go for any reason unless you are bringing other servants back. After you pay yourself, then you pay your bills. The rule of thumb, all right, last thing, Salakia. There's many ways to skin a cat, but I'm just showing you, I'm just giving you a blueprint. You could kind of adjust it the way you need to. The rule of thumb is you always pay yourself minimum 10%.
Mm.
All right.
We might got to do a part 2 for this.
10%. All right, I'm gonna drop that. I told you I'm dropping. I dropped the gem. I don't know who caught it.
Nah, we definitely got to do a part 2. We got to do a part 2 for this because it's a lot. It's a lot to bring out.
What does paying God mean? That's a good question, Sister Mina. Give me Haggai chapter 1.
Got you.
What does paying God look like? Haggai chapter 1. Listen, this could turn into a 4-hour class easily.
Facts.
All right. Read start at verse 1.
Hold on, I'm getting there. It's a lot.
Start at
My
verse,
pages.
start at verse start at verse 3. Haggai chapter 1 and verse 3.
Come on. This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 3. Then came the word.
Mm-hmm.
Then came the word. Salaki.
I think you're on mute.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I'll praise. All right.
I think you got a delay going on.
Yeah. This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 3. Then came the word of the Most High by Haggai the prophet, saying, Is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sickled houses, and this house lie waste?
Mm-hmm.
Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat.
Now hold on. I want to break this down, right? I want to break this down. So Haggai, the prophet of the Lord, is asking. He's saying, is it time for you to dwell in your nice house, the one that God has provided you, and the house of the Lord lay waste? Meaning the house of the Lord looking crazy. The sanctuary, wherever you attending, wherever the congregation is, your body, it looks crazy, right? It's just run down, right? The people are struggling. They're starving there. Should your house be nice and fresh and smell good while the house of the Lord lay waste? Right? That's what Haggai is asking. We should never do that. All right. Verse 5.
Come on. Verse 5.
Verse 5. Read that again.
Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways.
Mm-hmm.
Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Mm-hmm. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes.
Now stop. How many of us go through this right now? It's like we go to work we're working 50 hours a week. And it's like we put our money in a bag that's filled with holes. It's like you never see the money just rising. It's like you put money into your purse, you put money into the bag, and you look in the bag, it's like it's nothing there. Right? The Most High said, it's because you have not considered your ways. Right? You have not taken care of the house of the Most High. You have not paid the Most High what is his. When you read Torah, right? Anything that we got first, we had to either dedicate to the Lord or we had to give it to the Lord. We had to give to the Levites, right? First, the firstlings of lambs and goats.
The first fruits.
Right? Anything that we were able to give, we had to give the first of that to the Most High. We don't practice that anymore. right? We're not practicing that. So that's why the Most High said it's like you have sown much, meaning you working, and you bringing a little. Right? It's like you got enough food. You look in your fridge, just went grocery shopping, spent $300. When you look in the fridge after you went grocery shopping yesterday, it says, "But ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. You are clothed, but there is none warm." Meaning you just don't got enough. It's like you doing all of this spending. You worked over 2,000 hours over the last 365 days, and you really have nothing to show for it. It's because you have not paid the Most High. You haven't done what you were supposed to do. This is all biblical. Even people that don't listen, even wicked Edomites, wicked nations, they already know. Listen, I gotta give to a charity. Now, you know, they might use it for tax benefits or whatever, right? There's some loopholes to that. But a lot of times when you read these books, they'll tell you, listen, I'm gonna give such and such to a charity or something. They're doing something to, I guess, quote unquote, pay the Most High. All right. That's just how the money works. All right. I say this and I'll say it again. Money is spiritual. Riches is spiritual. Poverty is spiritual. And if we don't do what the Most High told us to do, we're going to have a very hard time in this life.
God.
I gave y'all a jewel earlier. I mean, I pray that y'all listen. That type of information, it seems simple, but a lot of people, they go to classes to pay for information like that.
Yeah.
All right. They go to classes to pay for that stuff. And it's like, here we are, we discussing using biblical scriptures to get to the next point in our life. If you practice it, I promise you won't regret it. If you do what I just told you using the scriptures, you won't regret it. Go ahead, Doc.
Like it'll flip your whole world upside down. If you practice what we telling you, your whole life will flip upside down.
Right. Sister 2112. Right. So broke ain't spiritual. Broke is a spiritual thing. Right. Poverty, like I said, poverty and broke is the same thing. That's both spiritual things that the Most High said he's gonna do. Right. Let's get the book of Deuteronomy real quick.
Come on.
Right.
I actually got a precept right behind that too.
All right.
What you want, Deuteronomy?
Hold on. Deuteronomy 15. Hold on. I think it's 15 and 11. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can find it.
If there be among you a poor man.
No, not that one.
Okay.
Matter of fact, go to 1 Samuel 2 and 7.
Okay.
That's another one in Deuteronomy I was looking for, but I can't find it. First Samuel chapter 2 and verse 7.
Got it.
Yeah.
This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 7. The Lord maketh poor and he maketh rich. He bringeth low and he lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust.
He raised up the poor out of the dust. The Most High is in control of all of these things. Think about it. If the Most High told us, he gave us the wisdom to do everything from a financial standpoint, right? He gave us the power to do that. If the Most High gave us the blueprint to do these things, right? Why don't we practice it? I think, and I say this all the time, I think a lot of times, you know, as Israelites, we read the book a lot of times, but we still don't bring it to life like we should. Remember, we should always bring the scriptures to life. This is real life we talking about, not a fairy tale.
All right.
This ain't something we just downloaded off Google, right? And we just started reading. No, this is the book from the Most High that created the sun and the moon. And if he told us how we should move our money, why don't we do that? It's only a benefit to us, right? It's only a benefit. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 17, matter of fact. Right? Sister Mina said, we robbing Peter to pay Paul sometimes. I agree with you, sis. I agree with you. But to break that cycle, it's gonna take some sacrifice. But remember what I said. If y'all don't remember anything else I said, always pay God and pay yourself first. There's no reason for you to work 40 and 50 hours a week and you don't pay yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You put in everybody else, right? Making them richer. You put in their needs above yours. Right? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 17.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8 and verse 17. And thou say in thine heart, my power and the might of mine hand have gotten me this wealth.
Mm-hmm.
But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
It's the Most High that gave you power to get wealth. Right? It's the Most High that did that. We got to always remember that. Let's say we practice everything the Most High told us to practice and things start working in our favor. Never say to yourself, yeah, I did that. Because I know how Jake get. Jake get prideful. Yeah, I made that happen. I made a couple of plays, and now look at me, bro. All right. Caught up.
Me, I built this brick by brick. And the most I gonna tear that brick by brick straight down to the ground. Because you ain't give him the credit. I'm the one that got you to do that.
What's the dude name from Snowfall? What's his name again?
Franklin.
Franklin. You seen what the Lord did to Franklin? You seen what the Lord did to Franklin. We are not above that. If anybody has not watched Snowfall, man, right? We're not trying to be like that. We want to get wealth, keep it, and pass it down to our family. And we should always teach our children that, listen, you build on top of what I built.
Right.
We have to start setting the foundation now and allowing our children, the next generation, to build on top of what we built. Let's say you don't have children. What do you do then? What do you do then?
You pass it. You should be passing it down. You should be passing it down to a child of the family.
Child of the family,
like a niece, nephew, somebody. You gotta have a niece or a nephew.
But one thing we don't do is let it go back to the other nations,
right?
Because we got a bad habit of that,
right?
Right. We got a very bad habit of giving it right back to the nations. I've seen people who have grandparents that paid off a house for 30 years and they go right back and sell it. You know what you just did? You caused them to work their life in vain. Right?
You allow generations to set them up just to get thrown down.
Just to get thrown down. That was 30 years they took. You know how many hours you gotta work to pay off a house? There's a 30-year mortgage on most of these houses. You know how long that takes? And right. you just got up and said, well, I don't want the house. I'm gonna just sell it, get 150,000, you go buy a Lamborghini. That lasted you 2 years. You threw all of their hard work down the drain instead of building on it and say, you listen, how can I make this into more? How do I flip that? Because we have the knowledge right at our fingertips. The Most High gave us Google. The Most High gave us YouTube. right? YouTube University is real, right? We got brothers and sisters who have knowledge of these things. Ask the questions, man. All it takes for you is to ask. All right, I'm trying to. I got this, but I need to make it into this. How do I do that, brother? Somebody in the nation know.
You have hold on. That's even crazy that you're saying it. There's brothers and sisters in this truth that know the whole ins and outs to financial gains, and they not saying nothing. They just in the cut, just looking at everybody look foolish. If you got financial wisdom, you should be bringing it out towards the people. You should be watering the people with the financial literacy to understand that some things in this world shouldn't have a monetary value to it. Owning property, that don't owning property that family gave you, that is a value that money cannot be placed on. When somebody offer you $1 billion for a place that your family, that your forefathers gave you, you do not sell it.
We got a bad habit of that.
Sell it.
Hey, listen, everybody that's in the live, when y'all get a chance, all right? When y'all get a chance, when we done with the class tonight, I want everybody to go look up what makes Queen Elizabeth and her family so rich. All right? I want everybody to go look up what does the Catholic Church own that makes them so rich. All right? Queen Elizabeth owns the most real estate on the face of this planet, her and her family.
And guess who's second? The Vatican. The Christian Church, the Vatican, they're second place, right behind Queen Elizabeth. How does the Vatican, the Christian Church, is one of the second most powerful in the world?
Oh, that's more of the Catholic Church, but we understand the gist of
same thing.
Same thing. Right. Same thing. They practice the same thing. Right. But we need to listen, this is people don't understand the gems that are coming out right now.
Right.
Right. Right. Sister Lisa said my grandmother and my grandfather had 3 houses, and when they died, my aunts and uncles sold them all.
That's insane. That's it. That's sad. That is so insane. They said, you know what? Rather than living in them, or rather than renting them out, where they could have made the money that they sold that house for 6, 7, 8 times over if they kept it and they decided to use that as a rental property, or even if they decide to live in it.
And here's the thing, man. There's strategies that you can use when we talk about real estate. There's strategies that you use. You don't even have to sell it to get the money out.
Right.
Right. There's methods that you can use to take what that property is worth and flip it and get more property. How do you think the Vatican Church does it? How do you think Queen Elizabeth and her family do it? Right. How do you think these billionaires and these people who don't work, like, you know, when you go to the beach, right, in the middle of the week, anybody that's been to the beach in the middle of the week because they had a day off by accident, right? Anybody that see these people, like these people, they running on the beach, man, having the jolly, they running next to their dog, all right, sipping a cappuccino or a green latte mixed with the white foam on the top. I don't even know what they be drinking, man, but I know they be having a good time.
Here's the type of time these other nations is on, right? I went to go do a service job, right? For their emergency light. I was installing new emergency lights for them. For some Edomite woman, Turkish lady. She said she just bought the lot. And I said, "Oh, you just bought this lot? Oh, what are your plans on doing? What are you planning on doing with the lot?" You know what she said? She said, you see the lot out there. You see how big it is, right? I said, yeah. She's like, what I'm going to do, I'm making a medical transporting company so we can use the lot as well as transport medically sick people from the hospital or from the doctor's appointments straight back to their home. And a light bulb went off in my head. I said, that is the smartest move I've ever heard in my life coming from somebody like that. Because one, that's a medical field. Somebody's always sick. You got elderly, you got retirees coming to live in Florida, getting too old for their age where they can't walk around on their own, that they need a physical transportation to get to doctor's appointments in certain places. I said, that's going to bring her money for the rest of her life. And that's not even her first property. So it goes to show you that these other nations, they are built on a different type of time than we are. They have the wherewithal to go get bread and to make sure that their bread is being multiplied 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times that every minute. There's some people out here that is making $1,000 a minute. Can you believe that? There's somebody in this world that is making $1,000 a minute. And why can't it be one of us of our own nation?
We can't even fathom. We are so far from that mindset. All right. We are so far from the mindset of being able to do, like, we don't even know that's possible. If you told somebody that people are out here making $250 an hour, people will look at you crazy. But this is a real thing. I seen it with my own eyes. I seen it with my own eyes. I seen somebody make $250 because they send a 15-minute email.
That's crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work.
And when I seen that, I said, oh, man, we've been left out. We've been left out, y'all. I almost started crying. I said, man, we got left.
Right. About to crash out.
Crash out, man. Crash out. That something like that make you go crazy. Like,
you ain't the only one, man. I seen checks come from companies that we doing big jobs for, like, and it's big checks. Like, I get nervous. I look at the number and I start shaking. Like, I'm like, this is what we bringing in every other week. This is wild.
God.
They on a different type of time than we are, but we gotta get back to that. And it's possible. It's not here's the thing. It's not impossible. I can do all things through who? Christ. If I'm keeping the law, statute, commandments, it could definitely happen. Yep. Because you got to think about it. Our forefathers was millionaires.
Yeah.
Our forefathers was millionaires.
They did the same thing that we're discussing with money, but they did it in different terms. Like, because they had shekels, they had grains, they had livestock, right? Anybody knows livestock is money.
And I was gonna hit that point. The farmland, dude. My mind was blown when I heard about how much it costs for a say like those race horses, right?
Yeah.
They need stables for those horses to stay at. And there's people that own these farmlands that are specifically designed for these race horses. Guess how much they charge per month for one racehorse? $2.5 million for them to even use the stable every month. $2.5 million is going into their bank account, guaranteed. And they be having 15, 20, 30 racehorses all on this one plot of land. And if you think about it, we could go even deeper. Even in the scriptures, what did we own? Farmland. All we owned was farmland. Because why? The livestock We had livestock and everything, and that was our riches. To have cows, to have goats, to say I got 18 goats and 32 camels and 100 cows, you up there, you rich, you big boss.
You got it.
You big boss. You shot caller.
Yeah.
Big baller shot caller.
Yep. All right. So everybody that didn't get a chance to see that at the beginning of the class, right? This is the concept that we can use. Like I said, there's 1,000 ways to do this, but this is just a strategy that, you know, I've learned and me and brothers have talked about that works pretty well. All right. It works pretty well. This is biblical.
God.
The concept here is biblical. All right. So for everybody in the chat, let's do a pop quiz. What's the first two things we do when we get paid? Pop quiz. What do you say? First two things we should be doing when we get paid.
Right.
Put it in the chat.
Answer right, we'll give you $1,000.
Each one must teach the other. That's not I agree. That's not the answer I'm looking for. But what are the first two things we must do when we get paid? I know somebody got the answer, man.
Somebody got it.
Come on, Sister Mina got it. Put it on the screen.
Come on, I got you. Come on.
Right? Come on. If you don't remember anything else that I've said, I'm going to say it one more time. Pay the Most High, then pay yourself. All right. Another question. What should we be doing with the money that we pay ourselves? What should we be doing with the money that we pay ourselves? All right. What should we be doing with the money that we pay ourselves? All right. Investing.
Sister Mina on it.
Yeah, she on
Sister Mina on it. She receiving the word.
Let's go a little deeper. How many, according to the scriptures, how many ways do we invest our funds that we paid ourselves? So remember the concept. You need to think of your money as your servant. Your money serves you, not the other way around. We don't serve money. The money serves us. Remember what we read in Ecclesiastes chapter 5? It says money is a defense. Wisdom is a defense. It is great when we have both put together, right? 7, 8, yes. Come, all praises to the Most High. We should be looking for at least 7 ways to spread our money across the sea. If we could do 8, even better. If we could do 8, even better. And what happens when that happens? They bring back these servants that we are allowing to invest for us, brings back more servants. All right.
Hold on, let me blow you up. All
right. It brings back more servants.
There we go. Boom.
All right. Think about it. Your servants started here, right? You started putting your servant here. You said, servant, I need you to go get some more servants here. I need you to get servants here. I need you to get servants here. And then you send those servants to get some more servants.
Facts.
Think about that. This is a gym, y'all. All right. It's a gym. I know it looks crazy on paper. There's some people gonna come in like, what is this brother teaching?
He drawing doodles.
He's drawing doodles. He's drawing doodles in Wednesday Wisdom. I never seen a brother do that. But listen, if you apply the concept, I promise you it's going to work.
I think we got to do a part 2. What say you, Cal?
Do a part 2. All praise to the Most High. We're going to do a part 2. Yeah. We
all praises.
All right, get down with Acorn, some other apps. Come on, all praises, right? We're gonna go into man. It's a lot that we could go into around this money. This literacy, man.
Yes, I was saying the same thing.
You know, it's a lot that we could get down with. I want to get one scripture before we get out of here. Proverbs chapter 30, real quick. Come, we're gonna get a part 2 next week. All praise to the Most High. We're gonna get a part 2 next week, and invite some people in the class next week too, man. Because it's a lot of people that need this knowledge. All right, it's a lot of people that need to hear this stuff.
I think the next class we gotta wear a suit and tie.
Yeah, we don't have to do that, man.
Yeah, put on a suit and tie
when we get on the next Wednesday, so people take us serious. Right. I know they see the black tee, they like, man, this brother don't know what he's talking about.
Right.
Right. They see their hair. This brother don't know what he's talking about.
Right.
All right. I'm telling you, man.
Go on, Proverbs
30 and verse 7.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 7. 2 things have I required of thee. Deny me them not before I die.
Mm-hmm.
Remove far from me vanity and lies.
Right.
Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me.
Feed me with food convenient for me. So what does that mean? All right. We're not looking to be at the bottom of the barrel, and we're not looking to be at the top of the barrel, but we just looking to make ends meet and alleviate some of the pains that we feel in everyday life. Because we can't do that. All right, we can do that. It is lawful to take care of you and your family. You are actually fulfilling the law when you do that. When you look out for your children and your wife and the next 2-3 generations, if you can. I'm gonna bring out some stuff next class, man. When we talk about, like trust and wills and life insurance and plots, when we think about some of the families that have been able to pull these things off for hundreds of years. When you look at anybody who understands the family of Rockefeller, right? This is a family who thought hundreds of years down the road.
Right.
They weren't thinking 10 and 20 years, I'm going to have my son going to take my house, and then boom, I don't know what's going to happen. No. They plotted 400 years. They said, this is what we're going to do. This generation going to come in, they're going to take that and put that money there and make their money start working in ways before they the 4th generation of them are born. Right? So that's what we got to start doing, man. All praises to the Most High. Con. Been a life insurance agent for 13 years. So listen, sis, we got to connect.
Right.
We got to connect. We need that. Right. And let me say this before we get off this live.
Yeah.
We need to get out of the habit. And this is no disrespect to brothers or sisters that we've had to use this, because we understand the circumstances that we come from. But we need to get out of the habit of thinking that we are invincible to certain things happening in life, losing family members and such. We have to get out of the habit of setting up these GoFundMes, man. Right. We got to get out the habit of GoFundMes and we asking for things like we got to be prudent. If we've been in the truth for 10 years and we didn't set anything up, not thinking of these things, that we really use the wisdom of the Most High? Because that's not what our forefathers taught us. Our forefathers taught us to be, we don't leave debts. All right. We leave them with good things that they can build on. That's a whole nother topic.
All right.
If you hear nothing else, pay God, pay yourself. Write that down, please. Put it in your phone. Put it in your notes. Text it to a friend. Text it to a brother. All right.
Right.
Praise to the Most High. Come on, you got anything else out?
Nah, because I'm gonna wait for this part 2 next week. To drop some gems too. But other than that, I just want to say this. I hope you guys continue to stay motivated in the spirit, stay in the spirit for the rest of the week, all the way to, up into to Shabbat. Keep your spirit at Shabbat and just keep fighting and keep going. You know, stay motivated. You know, fast, pray unto the Most High. Continue to keep fighting on. You know, because I know it can be hard. I know. You know, life can get the better of us at times. But we gotta keep enduring for the Most High's sake and for Yahweh's sake, because Yahweh was put on the cross for us. What are we that we fall weak in the spirit when he was put on the cross and he was getting done dirty on the cross? So we should be bearing our burdens and casting them to the wayside and casting them onto the Most High. But with that, you know, I say shalom to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, and shalom, and continue to keep fighting on, and, you know, keep praying and to keep fighting, keep dwelling with the Most High, and don't give up. Don't give up, stand up. And if you feel like giving up, please call a brother or a sister and have a conversation about it, because we have to lean on each other. That is the biggest thing. That is the biggest thing in Israel, that Zephaniah 2:1 has to stand. That we dwell and lean upon each other, because why? We are family. And what? We are one. So with that, I say shalom, shalom, and shalom to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. And this is the end of Wednesday Wisdom. Shalom.
OCOEE, A2000 EST, OCOEE. It go like how that feel? Mine was on live, but he paid that bill. No Buffalo, I got the wings for real. Watch how I bust out the chain for real. Watch how I bust out the shame for real. Watch how I bust at the devil, so he know we ain't playing for real. That be like, how you know? Just look at my life, he changed my soul. I cut out the snake, G.I. Joe. He told me don't wait, G.O. Go. It's from my bros from the FLO. The enemy try to get you on the rope. Just look to the king and be dealing the hope. He wipe me so clean in the heavenly stove. Every day I wake up and I read what he wrote. Jesus the king, no unanimous vote. I was drowning till he told me hop in the boat. Now we spreading the message from coast to coast. Stay right where I'm at like I'm holding my post. I ain't talking about castle when I say the go. This a whole nother chapter, I'm turning the flow. See the past, say the past, I've been letting it go. In the mirror, a better me, not as good as I ever be. Cause I know that it's more than me, so I'm pouring out everything. Feel like Paul, I'ma empty the cup like it spilled on the floor. Just stay planted or you never go. Used to get high all the time to get rid of the low. Now I'm higher than ever before and I don't need the dope. Hop on the beat, now root bill flow. Straight up the top, I ain't taking no note. I'm soft for real, they think it's a hope. They say you never chill, you always at home. If it's not in his wheel, you know it's a no. No, I don't wanna go. When I'm falling through the rope, the spirit keep calling on me, got me like, how that feel? Mine was on live, but he paid that bill. No Buffalo, I got the wings for real. Watch how I bust out the chain for real. Watch how I bust out the shame for real. Watch how I bust at the devil, so he know we ain't playing for real. They be like, how you know? Just look at my life, he changed my soul. I cut out the snake, G.I. Joe. He told me don't wait, G.O. Go. It's from my bros from the FLO. The enemy try to get you on the rope. Just look to the king, be dealing the hope. It go like, how that feel? Mine was on live, but he paid that bill. No Buffalo, I got the wings for real. Watch how I bust out the chain for real. Watch how I bust out the shame for real. Watch how I bust at the devil, so he know we ain't playing for real. They be like,
wow, Eli, you're doing great.
Hey, we put it on the map. OCOEE, A2000 EST.